Good evening. When my dedicated advisor, Nicole Ayala, the public interest advisor at UConn Law, approached me in order to nominate me for the Exemplary Public Service Award, I was truly flattered. But I thought, I'm never going to win that. There are just so many great causes, so many causes that sound so much fancier, so much more exciting. Project HELP, the Homeless Experience Legal Protection Project, may not seem as exciting as some other causes, but HELP is about getting back to the basics of giving back. HELP is about law students, volunteer attorneys, getting together, working together to make a difference. A 12-person planning team built Hartford HELP in October 2009 from the ground up. We now offer a 2-hour clinic at a homeless shelter in Hartford every Tuesday morning, where one volunteer attorney and 2 law students meet with individuals seeking free, limited representation legal services. A smaller team of us has worked hard to make this program successful, and last academic year we served over 75 homeless individuals. The Hartford program could never have happened, and happened successfully, without my friends and colleagues, Bob Kettle, the Executive Director of Connecticut Appleseed for Social Justice, retired Administrative Law Judge Joyce Crudick-Craig, Appleseed Board Member Ndidi Moses, Alexis Highsmith of Greater Hartford Legal Aid, and my very wise advisor, UConn Law Professor Leslie Levin. But of course, the program could never have gotten off the ground without the Honorable J.C. Zaney of the Eastern District of Louisiana, the tireless founder of HELP. My fellow HELP board member and friend, retired Judge Joyce Crudick-Craig, has described Judge Zaney as one of the few people on this earth that she can truly call a saint, and I couldn't agree with her more. Judge Zaney has paved the way for over 19 chapters of HELP nationwide. Hartford was the 15th HELP city. Judge Zaney is personally involved, often flying out on his own dime to set up new HELP chapters, help with recruitment, and more. He's available by email 24 hours a day and responds to questions within hours. I'm not really sure that the man sleeps, honestly. I'm so honored to be able to learn from these selfless, talented individuals. Judge Zaney once told me a story from one of the first HELP chapters, and this story really inspired me to become involved with HELP. I'd like to share it with you. A HELP attorney met with an individual living on the streets who couldn't go home because he thought that there was a warrant out for his arrest. He knew that his family could help him get off the streets if he could just find a way to get back. The attorney who saw this individual made one 15-minute phone call to the local district attorney in the man's home state and found out that the statute of limitations had run on this offense. The district attorney had the charges dismissed, and this man was able to get a bus ticket home and was off the streets. 15 minutes of the volunteer attorney's time helped this individual to get home again. That's what HELP is all about. I'm proud that we now have our own stories to share from Hartford HELP, and I'd like to share a couple of those with you also. There's a story about the UConn law student who'd been so moved by her client's circumstances that she met her client at the Social Security office in downtown Hartford the morning before her final exams. And if anyone has ever known a law student, final exams is not the time when you want to be doing anything but studying. This student met her client because she had to file an emergency benefits application so her client wouldn't end up on the streets. There's also the story about the law student and volunteer attorney who met with a man who had a drug rap from 20 years ago, but couldn't get a job because of his conviction. He was struggling to survive and make ends meet. In 20 minutes, the law student made several phone calls, did a little legal research, and found out that this man was eligible to have his record expunged. The HELP student and attorney volunteers working with these individuals were inspired. They were inspired to go above and beyond. Yet that's typical of HELP volunteers. I think that's because HELP puts volunteers and homeless individuals face to face. When you sit and listen to someone's problems and realize that you can use your unique legal skills to help them get his or her life back on track, well, that's an awesome power that instills an urgent desire to act. In fact, I can't think of anything more rewarding than that. HELP has taught me that doing one small thing can dramatically change the course of another person's life for the better. The people with whom I've worked on HELP have taught me about the kind of lawyer that I want to become. The kind of lawyer that realizes that although there's always an excuse for not volunteering, that devoting just 2 hours of your time can truly make a difference. I'm so grateful to Equal Justice Works for believing in the HELP Project, for believing in me, and for believing in getting back to the basics of giving back. Thank you so much.